Hello, YouTube. Salam alaikum, y'all. I am back with another reaction of Usman, KURULUS Osman, episode 52. And wow, guys, wow. This is the best episode so far to me in season 2. It's absolutely action-packed. Maybe episode 1 of season 2 Saturday is the only match, because episode 1, it started out in a battle. Of season 2, it started out in a battle, and why in a battle? And episode 52, it started out in a battle, and in the ending, when Usman finally found out who the traitor is by the ring of the arrow shot, when they shot the potter, Usman finally found out his uncle Dundar Bey has been the traitor in the tribe all along. He's responsible for the death of Bayoja. He's responsible for the death of so many, including Abdurrahman Ghazi. His betrayal is absolutely destroying Usman and his attempts to unite the whole Turks tribes. So basically now he knows who the traitor is in the tribe at the end of episode 52. So let's do a quick recap episode 52. Let's talk about my expectations and what my predictions for episode 53. Wow, guys, this is the best episode so far this season to me. Probably the only thing I can compare to this episode, season 2, is the first episode of season 2, episode 1. This episode is full of action. There's so much to unpack. Nicola army that's coming from Constantinople, Commander Kalina's guys got attacked by Usman, and they basically killed all of them except for 50 or so people, 50 or so of his soldiers. And the ones who do escape into the bushes got killed by the Mongols. Because why? Dunbar went and revealed to them that Nicola is the one that revealed their hiding spot, Togai's hiding spot, which led to Osman attacking them and killing most of their soldiers. So in retaliation, the Mongols turned around and killed the remaining soldiers of Kalina's. So which forced Kalina's to have to go to the castle and to go meet Nicola by himself, because all his army got killed by Usman mostly, and the rest of them got finished off in the bushes, in the woods by the Mongols. So wow, that whole sequence was just full of action, guys, full of action. The Mongols now realize Nicola is not their friend, which is, I'm sure it's going to lead to a major battle for Nicholas. I'm sure Togai is not going to be happy about that. But in a way, Nicholas had to do that because why? Togai was trying to take action behind his back. When he attacked the wedding caravan, that was a major treachery act. Like back then, there were a lot of things. It was like a code. You can't attack people when they're in their wedding, when it's a funeral. There's certain times, certain celebrations where even dudes that are in war, they don't fight each other during those times. They don't attack during those times. So for the Mongols to ignore all those those rituals by attacking a wedding caravan, that was a huge no-no to all the Turksmen. And that's what led to the Turksmen rallying around Osman when they attacked Kalina's armies. So basically, it was retaliation for the fact that they attacked the wedding caravan, which was a major treachery act even back then, because those are just innocent people celebrating a wedding. And once Togai decided to do that, Nicholas figured, you know what, this is going to look bad when he get back to Constantinople, because we're attacking innocent people. So in his mind, he noticed that now that Togai is a threat, because Togai is getting too powerful if he's making plans like this behind his back. He knows now Togai is getting way too powerful. So for him to humble Togai, he had to tell Usman where Togai was hiding at, so Usman can wipe out most of his men. But when Usman went there, that's what he did. He wiped out everybody he saw in sight, and the ones that left were the ones that were Togai's general, who ended up taking his revenge. On Nicola's men, on Kalina's men, by killing them all in the bushes. So this episode is so action-packed. I can't wait for episode 2. Basically, Sheikh Adebali finally decided, you know what? If Usman and Omar Bey keep this fight going, their unity will never come to fruition. It will never happen. And the Turksmen will never unite if two of their most biggest powerful beys are fighting each other. So Sheikh Adebali decided, you know what? Let me have a meeting without letting either of them know that the other one is coming. So he invited both of them to a meeting. Neither of them know the other one is coming. When they show up, they saw each other, and they realize, uh-oh, This is a setup. Check out how I set us up. So let's see what's going to happen here. It wasn't like a bad setup. They knew it was for good because it was the Sheikh that invited them, that pulled the stunt. So when they sat down, Usman revealed his problems with Omar Bey, which is, dude, I invite you over here. I give you land. And all you've been since you came here is headaches. You just give me headaches and more problems, adding more problems on my plate. When literally my sole reason to bring you here is to help me minimize the problems in my land. And so that way we can unite and create an army, a force, and where we can take over all the Byzantine lands, take over all the Mongols lands, and create our own state. Those are attainable dreams. Now, those are hard dreams back then. Creating anything back then with unity is hard to unite because most people live in tribes. And there were so many tribes everywhere. The ones that were able to unite were the ones that created nations. So this day, the tribes that, the countries and the tribes that were able to unite were the ones that create most of the powerful nations you see today. Before Russia got united, they were known as barbarians. Because why? The Romans could not fight them. They could not take over the land. Because why? It was so cold, one. And those dudes, as much as they were not united, they were all fierce warriors. So every time they tried to capture them, they fought. But the reason why they never really won with the Romans was because why? They were never united. But the minute those old Russian tribes, those old barbarians united, they the ones, to be honest, the Russians were the main reason why Romans ended up falling. The Russians, the Germans and the Russians were the main reason why the Romans ended up becoming what they became. Were the main reason why Rome ended up destroying, because they kept destroying that side of the border for so long. Because why? They finally united, and that force Rome could not deal with. The same thing the Turksman Usman is trying to create. It's like, bro, if we all come together and create our one army, one goal, we will be unstoppable in this land. We will be unstoppable. Because why? No one can beat a Turk except for Turks. The only thing that defeats Turks are other Turks, or lack of unity. So Usman has this all in his head. It was like, if we unite, that's the key for us to create a beautiful, magnificent state that will last forever. However, Omar Bey, on the other hand, in his mind, he's used to doing things on his own. That's what you got to realize. Like, people like Omar Bey, who's used to having his own way, being his own boss, being his own man. This dude literally fought Gehaitun in the Mongols by himself with a stripe for years. And he lost all his sons to these battles, fighting the Mongols. So the dude has dedicated a life fighting Mongols, fighting in battles. In his mind, he doesn't want to join Usman if he's not a major part of the conquest. He doesn't want to join Usman if his name is not going to be entrenched as one of the main flag bearers in those battles. But with Usman don't want that. Usman only wants one speaker, one head of the snake, one head, and everybody else follow along. Omar Bey is not used to that. He's not used to that. So basically, to me, his problems are not really like he hates Usman or he's jealous of Usman. It's none of that. He's just a man who's used to having so much power, who just refused to let just a little bit of that power go, so that way they can unite and create a force. In his mind, by agreeing to unite with Usman, it will belittle him and everything he's fought and stand for. Here is a man who literally fought the Mongols by himself, just his tribe, by himself for years. Lost most of his kids and most of his apps doing it. So he's a brave warrior. Even Usman respect that about him. Even the other Turksman tribes respect that about Omar Bey. But he's a headache. As a whole man, he's a headache. Because if you don't let that pride go, he's gonna make himself an enemy out of Usman. And again, you do not want to make an enemy out of Usman. Usman is proven to be very, very swift with his enemies. He goes and destroys them quick. So my hope is, hopefully with this meeting with Sheikh Adebali and the fact that Omar Bey showed Usman the ring of the arrow shooter, which is ended up being Dundar Bey, revealed the traitor in the tribe, which is Dundar Bey. I'm hoping now those two can realize we have an equal, a common enemy. Usman been saying it, but Omar Bey just, he knows it. But in his mind, he wants so much credit that he's trying to take the castle of Anelgo by himself. By doing that, he knows Usman will have no choice but to make him one of the top people in the caucus. because he took the castle by himself with his tribe. But he will never be able to do that. The whole point of Usman inviting them to take the castle, because Usman knew he had the best apps in the land. But even they are not strong enough to take that castle. It's the most powerful castle in the entire Byzantine Empire, besides Constantinople. So it wasn't going to be easy to take a castle like Anagu. So that's the main problem Usman had. Usman brought about all this unity so he can take the castle, and here his Omar Bey think he can take the castle behind Usman back without Usman knowing, just but with his tribe. That same pride and ego might have worked with the Gehatun and the Mongols to keep his tribe alive, but in the end he killed his sons. And now that same pride here, he thinks he can take over a castle by himself, just him and his ops and his daughter. Wouldn't happen. It's going to get them all killed. So I'm hoping with this meeting with Sheikh Adebali, it's opened Omar Bey's eyes, and by Omar Bey revealing the traitor, which is Dundar Bey and the tribe, will open Usman's eyes that both men can work together, because they're going to need to work together. They have the two most powerful armies, the two most powerful apps in the entire region. So it's the main reason why the Mongols and Nicola is trying to prevent the unity. Because if Omar Bey and Usman can unite, that's almost 20 to 30,000 military for 20 to 30,000 people within the tribes combined. And the military force will go from like between almost 3,000 for Usman to almost double, to about 7 to 8,000 combined. Because Omar Bey has about 5,000 apps. So it's the numbers all working. It's all a numbers game for Usman. It's all, I need him to join me. With Omar Bey, it's all a pride thing. It's like, I cannot humble myself to a point where this young man named Usman is going to take all the credit for defeating the Byzantine Empire. Omar Bey is thinking about longevity. He's thinking about his pride. He's thinking about his name, his glory. The great Omar Bey cannot be seen as somebody who's just barely helping out. So that's his power. You know what I'm saying? But the whole episode is basically Omar Bey creating more issues. Because why? He tried to do a trade with Nicola by trading horses. Back then, trading horses is like trading weapons of mass destruction. Those were weapons of mass destruction. Back then, when wars were fought on horsebacks and on feet, a horse is literally having a bomb. It's literally a bomb. It's literally having a tank. It's major advantage. And Usman knew by them giving horses, that was a treacherous act. There's no way to put it. We're in a time of war, and here you are giving weapons of mass destruction to the enemy by giving them horses. So Usman said, no horses, no weapons, no arrows, but you guys can trade anything else. And with that, Omar Bey felt disrespected, so he decided to invite all the Beys in his tent to give him some money. Because why? Usman never invited him to the battle to defeat Kalano's armies. But Usman can't after you just did the stunt you just did. So, but anyways, episode 52 is finished. I love the episode, like I said. Now I cannot wait. I cannot wait for episode 53. It's going to be the best. Finally, Dundar Bey, the traitor, the fucking traitor, is going to get what he deserves. Hopefully he made his end. Hopefully Usman can take his head off and put it in a spike in front of the tribe to let everybody know this is what happened to traitors. This is what happened to people who try and betray us. You know what I'm saying? But wow, what an episode. Episode 52, what an episode. Can't wait for episode 53. Wow. Usman, KURULUS Osman, episode 52, recap. I just told you guys my reactions of this episode. Now, please like and subscribe. Tell me what you think about this episode. Tell me what you think about my recap. You know what I'm saying? I cannot wait for episode 53. It's going to be fire. It's going to be amazing. I cannot wait. I can't wait to see what happens to Dundar Bey. Because Dundar Bey is actually planning something massive. He's planning to kill Usman soon. So hopefully with Usman finding out that he's the traitor, hopefully Usman get to him first before Dundar Bey do something else with those two merchants. He has to get Dundar ASAP. So I cannot wait for episode 53 next week. And I'll be waiting for it until next week, Wednesday, inshallah. But you guys have a great day, all right? Thank you guys for watching my recap. You guys like and subscribe. Tell me what you think, comment, all right? And let's stay tuned. KURULUS Osman fan base. This is the reaction from a black fan all the way from Maryland. Thank you.